What's up guys, this is Türko. There's another anti-guide for you. Today we take a look to Feng Wei. As a little thank you for my first 100 subscriber, I decided to do an anti-guide for one of my favorite characters, Feng. I really like him. And as I started to do this, I realized it's damn hard to do an anti-guide to this sucker. Because this is a very strong and good character, and it's hard to explain how to fight him. He is very strong at close range. He has a very good poke game. Down forward 1, back 4, this stuff, down 2, all that kind of stuff. And he's very good at, well, about around this range, I would say. He has a juggle starter with the forward 3-4. But I think I have a few tips for you how to deal with this guy. Okay, let's start off with his Punisher. Feng has very good Punishers, I would say. It's kinda okay. For 10 frame, 1-2-2 or 1-3. After hit, you are Feng is at +8. So it's hard to mix that, to interrupt the string. After that, he can do stuff like this, or this is actually uninterruptible, just like this. So be aware of that. Then he has the back 1+2, his famous shoulder, one of his signature moves. This is his 13 frame Punisher, and it's very unsafe. But this is a very solid Punisher. It has a great hitbox, which even hits Eddie and Ling Xiaoyu at their relax or out of Phoenix positions, stances. Very good move. Then he has for 15 frames his upward 4, but the only thing with this, it has the range sucks. So his 15 frame launcher is not always perfect. He cannot launch with this thing. He can't launch, for example, Laws or Wild Standing 2. This is a little problem for him. For Wild Standing Punisher, he has this thing for 11, which does this. He has a get up, and this gives him actually a mix up. Then he has for 14 frames this, or Wild Standing 1-2, and he has Wild Standing 3 for 15 frames for his Wild Standing Punisher. So overall, solid Punishers. The only problem is that his standing 15 frame Punisher is not very good. Okay, let's check out the big boys. Moves you definitely should not miss out to punish. First of all, we have the shoulder. And this is very unsafe. Do not punishes only with punches. You have much more. Okay? You can launch him easily for this move. So don't miss out. Then we have the forward 3-4. Just like the same. Very unsafe. The thing you should know about this move is this is not hit confirmable. So once Feng does this move, does the first one, he has to do the second one to make this a natural combo. So be aware of that. So if your opponent starts to mesh this out, you should know that you made a mistake, because you can always block and punish this move. Okay? So very unsafe, easily to launch. Then his Snake Edge down back 4, just the same thing. The thing with this move, this is actually an homing move, and low homing move, and yeah, he can juggle out of it, but pretty good juggle. Then another signature move is the Sidestep 4, very unsafe. Good move, but you have to use it wisely. Another move you should definitely punish is the backswing blow, his back forward 1. This is actually also launch punishable, but the thing is, as mentioned, Feng's hop kick kinda sucks, so he can't launch this one. Okay, let's check out his range game. What do we got here? First of all, the quarter circle forward 1. His low move, which gives him free juggle on counter hit. This is a minus 14. And at certain situations it's hard to display it, but I will try for you. There you go. This will happen, okay? And he will just go underneath your move, crush it, and then he stands behind you. And then he has his, at best situation, he hasn't back-turned a mix-up. So definitely a situation you should be aware of. This is one move. Good option for this is, whoopsa, sidewalk left. At sidewalk, whoopsa, sidewalk, or sidewalk right actually. Both is possible. Another move is his quarter circle forward 1+2. This move is at +5. So after block, this is uninterruptible. Quarter circle forward 1+2, down forward 1, back 4 is also uninterruptible. But the thing is, if you block it, usually he will be out of reach. Your opponent will be out of reach, and he will go for this option or this option. So this is one thing. So the next move is the wild standing one, performed from his quarter circle forward. He can cancel his quarter circle forward into wild standing moves, which is pretty good. And you can step this to left, to your left, or to Feng's right. But even then it actually tracks a little, as you see. So this is a very good move for his range game. Then he has his 4-3. This move is pretty linear, but it is +2 to -4, I think. Depends on the range you block this move. Just FYI. And then of course the forward 3-4. As mentioned, a natural combo. He will punish you if you don't take care off range on your movement and stuff. So take care because of this move here. Well, let's take a look at his poke game, and this is where Feng gets very, very strong, and it's hard to deal with him. What does he has? So first of all, his 1-3. Why is 1-3 so good? Because he has this kind of options. So 1, if you only do 1, you're at +1, right? So 1, back 1 is uninterruptible, and back 1 is for Feng a little juggle starter. Okay, almost 50 damage, and so this is very good. So your opponent will start to interrupt your 1 pokes. Then if he starts to interrupt, you can go with 1-3. And 1-3 is also a little juggle starter. Wait, there you go. Okay, so this is not a bad option at all, but the second hit is of course high, so it can be ducked. Then he has the 1-1 stuff. Why is this so great? This is uninterruptible, and 1-1 by itself is -10. But if your opponent starts to, let's put it this way, this is an anti-guide. If you start to punish Feng's 1-1, he will go for 1-1, 2-1, blah blah. And this stuff is, if the second hit hits on counter, it's guaranteed. Okay, this is all guaranteed and does also like 50 damage. Okay, so good mix up. It's always a guessing game after the 1-1. To punish or not to punish, that's the question. Then he has his back 4, and back 4 is so great. Back 4, it's not officially a homing move, but it still tracks to both sides. Since Tekken 5, it always has been like this. It looks like it doesn't has that great of a range, but actually it's okay. Check. Even at the starting position, it hits. Okay, so it's not that bad. Then he has his low pokes like down 2. This is, you cannot launch this. This is a great move. Also gives on counter. This is guaranteed. Down 4. After down 4 on hit, it's plus 1, I think. So this is uninterruptible. Okay, let's take a little look at the 2-4-1 string. This is this body here, and this move, if blocked, it's a -13. And the thing is, he has a few gimmicks out of this. Okay, so he can delay the last hit massively, and he can go into his back turn stance. At his back turn stance, he can do stuff like this, so it will look like this. This move, even on hit, the 2-4 is a -1 or -2. Back turned -2 on hit. Okay, so even on hit, you should try to hop kick it or whatever you got. In best case, a fast mid. Approximately to 12 frames or something. Okay, because he has options. He has his back turned options out of this, but this is a very common one. Well, that's it for his range game. Actually, it's pretty good. He has his down forward 1, which is 0 or +1 on block. He will go for his back 1. If the Feng player sees you try to interrupt stuff too much, down 2 is very good, 18 damage, and on counter it gives a free stomp. Then back 4 is amazing, no sidestep possible, and the 1-1 mix-ups, this stuff is also very strong. So that's the stuff you should know about his close game. Let's take a look at his stances. So first of all, we start with the back turn stance. He has down 3, he has back turned 1, and he has a wild 1+2, and he has an throw. This is a special throw, 1+2, does 55 damage. 1+2 escape. My advice: there isn't much to say. There's much to do against the backturned game. The best option is to backdash. I would always recommend to backdash. If you wanna know more about this stances and his moves, I already did a Feng guide how to play him, where I go in detail how which moves are in which situations good and stuff. You can take a look at this too. I will leave the link in the description below. Then, so back turned, remember to backdash. Then he is back tempo. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is again not much to say. This is high and safe, gives him a free shoulder. You cannot launch this. This is a hop kick. The great thing, but this is the tool which makes Feng so great, in my opinion. This move, the evasive properties of this move are so good. I mean, if you haven't seen the JDCR knee final at the, I don't know which tournament it was, but knee uses back 3+4 so great against Dragunov's while running 2. It's amazing, and you should definitely take a look at this because he uses this move perfectly, and you should definitely try out some stuff. Should definitely be in every Feng player's repertoire. Then the forward tempo. This is -10, but actually even on block you cannot punish it. Very good, or not everyone can punish it because it's -10. This, you cannot launch this. Yeah, there's also not much to say to his forward tempo stuff. His sidestep game, of course, very good. Sidestep 4 is the move why it's so good, because he gets a free juggle. Even it's very unsafe, it's very fast, and the threat out of it get hit by. That's the mean thing about this move. It's only the threat, you know, because out of sidestep he can do down forward 3, which is free juggle, or he can do sidestep 1+2, and sidestep 1+2 is +1 on block, so be aware of that. Danger, back 1 danger. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He doesn't need much more out of his sidestep. Okay, let's check out some duckable stuff. You should definitely try to anticipate this thing and duck the second one if you can, because if you don't duck it, your opponent will abuse this move over and over again. And if not ducked, this move is actually safe, and it's high crush because of this, and it gives wall splat. So it becomes a great move. And the options out of his, he can go into his forward tempo or back tempo after the down back 1. If you block it, if you duck it, your opponent will go for this thing, and this is like -12. It's punishable. Okay, this move is also very good for him. The down back 3, the James Brown. This move is actually very unsafe, launch punishable, but on hit the while standing 4 is uninterruptible. If you try, you will get hit by the counter hit, so be aware of this. Now I would like to show you what defensive options or defensive tools he has. I will do my best to explain this. Okay, first of all, of course, the back tempo. Very evasive move, we talked about it. Off range and very good keep out move is the forward 4. Especially if you try to dash in, he can go for a full juggle out of this. And he has the extensions forward 4-3 and forward 4-4. A low and a mid option. Be aware of this. 1+2 is punch parry. Very good. the best punch parry in the game. He can go for a full juggle if it works. The back 1+2, the backswing blow, very, very good. This move is also not that bad. This is a high crush, which is safe. Well, the full extension is safe. With the extension, it's safe. But this is actually -10 or something. Yeah, -10 I think. And it's high crush, and yeah, well, good one. You can duck the second one. Let's see, the last one, the fourth hit. And of course the up forward 2. This move is so great. It saved my ass so many times. Save on block, very evasive. Does a little sidestep to his left, and on counter it gives this little animation. Wait a second. That thing. Nothing is guaranteed, but he can go for a mix-up. We take a look at his power crush. This is this thing here, and it is actually -10, but Feng can punish it with 2-4. Yeah, but it has little pushback, so not everyone can punish it. And then his rage drive is this thing, gives a massive frames. Well, it has pushback and it will get a wall split very far. Good and very good move, 13 frames. Yep, very good rage drive. And his rage art, there isn't much to say about it. Pretty much staple. Be aware of the big boys. Don't let your opponent abuse this stuff, or this stuff. Makes him extremely strong, especially this year. Very important. Remember, this move is not hit confirmable, so once he decides to do it, he has to do it. And if he makes a mistake, punish him for this one. His poke game is very strong. Be aware of that stuff. He has lot of options from here. He has a very good keep out move with forward 4. When you try to get in, always keep that in your mind. But this is a high move. It has an extension with 3 and with 4, a mid and a low extension. His range game is pretty good. This is +5. The quarter circle forward 1+2. This is a high safe homing move which juggles, very good. And of course this buddy here. Very strong moves. Try to anticipate and duck this here, the second one, but be aware he always has this option, which is a -10. Back 1 is also -10, also a very good panic move. Be aware of that one. Yeah, and I think that's about it. Yeah, and the sidestep game is very strong actually. With sidestep down forward 3+3, and with sidestep 4, sidestep 1+2 is +1. Very good. And remember his mix-ups. Remember, this body here is uninterruptible. James Brown into wild standing 4. The 1-1 mix-up. Remember, this 1-1 is -10, but he can go into his 10 string, which does good damage. And yeah, and his back turn game, the best option for to avoid it is to a well-timed backdash. Because if you backdash, you get out of reach of this here, and you don't have to deal with this or with his backturn throw. His backturn throw is 1+2 escape, by the way. yeah, guys, I hope you liked it. I would really appreciate if you leave me a like and if you subscribe if you haven't already. So stay tuned, more stuff will come.